guys, welcome back to my channel. I am super excited to be back with something else that I would love to share with y'all. I noticed that one of my videos where I shared about my testimony of struggling with masturbation pornography, it has quite a lot of views, and I've had conversations with people that are also struggling. I've also had the privilege or the grace to talk to people that are married or people that are about to get married that are also having that problem or struggling with the other partner watching pornography and masturbation and everything like that. And so yeah, I think that has been like the grace of God, just having those conversations. And so I just thought maybe I should share some of the things that I believe are going to be very helpful that I didn't share in the video. And I'll be sharing 3 things that happen to you when you watch pornogaphy and masturbation. And so yeah, let's get into it. So the first thing that happens to you when you love watching pornography or masturbating is that you begin to treat people like sexual objects. So you see a person and maybe they pursue you, or you are pursuing that woman. You begin to pursue them not because you want a relationship or you want to get to know the person, but mainly because you want them to satisfy what you do by yourself. So you are looking at people and thinking, oh, how do they look underneath their clothes? And you know, can this person satisfy me and what I want? All of those kind of things. Especially if you've been watching pornography, there is a lot of unrealistic things that happen on there, and then you are just wondering and looking at that person and being like, I just don't want to have this conversation of getting to know you. All I want to know is how do you look underneath and can you satisfy me, right? And so that is a problem. And the thing about treating people like sexual objects is because it's something that is registered in the mind, because your mind is being focused on pornography every day, masturbation every day. What you feed your mind is what you become. Okay, and most of the time that is why the Bible says we should focus on the things above, on the things of the kingdom, and on the things of God. Because when our mind, and Paul also talks about how we should focus on the things that are lovely, things that are good, and all of those kind of things, right? And because if we don't focus on those things and we focus on the things that satisfy the flesh, and our bodies, our souls, our spirits begin to be governed by our flesh desires, we're in trouble. So spiritually we are in trouble. So it is important that our minds are set on the things above and not on the things of this world, and not being governed by our flesh desires, because our flesh desires have a way of deceiving us. So that is what happens. Your mind begins to be filled with so many trash things that are not supposed to be in there. Okay. And then the second thing that happens to you when you are struggling with masturbation and pornography is that let me just check here on my notes. It makes you enjoy sex by yourself. So it makes you enjoy sex by yourself to the point that it defeats the whole purpose of why God created sex. Okay, so you begin maybe to just desire to do it by yourself with your hands or with a device, whatever it is that you use, and now you don't enjoy intimacy with a person. And for those that desire godly marriage, or for those that are already in a godly marriage, it is important that you have intimacy with your husband or your wife and enjoy it, because intimacy is also apparently people say sex is worship in marriage. So it's just the same as that if you are not doing that with your husband or your wife, it's going to lead to introducing yourself to multiple sexual partners, so that whatever it is that your husband or your wife is not meeting, I'm gonna go out and it's gonna be met by other people, which is a cycle and bringing in a lot of sexual soul ties and all of that. Soul ties is actually a different kind of topic, but yeah, that is what happens. You begin to enjoy sex with a different person or with multiple sexual partners, or you wanted to do it by yourself because you feel like people don't really do it for you the way that you want to, which is wrong. And then the third thing is that it makes you become a sexual addict or sexual acts addict, because what happens in the secret place is very important, because masturbation, pornography is something that happens in the secret place. No one is seeing you, and you are doing all your things. And we know that one of the main things that we learn from the life of Jesus is that the secret place is the place that he used to pray, to worship, to yield himself to the Father in such a way that God, he gets his source of life, he gets his source of being from the Father. So the secret place by itself is designed in such a way that it becomes a place where we worship God. It becomes a place where we are revived. It becomes a place where we get power from God and be able to conquer everything in life. Now, when you begin to use your secret place as a place of masturbation and pornography, you don't focus on the things of God anymore, because all you think about is, I'm bored, let me masturbate. I'm lonely, let me masturbate. I don't have anything else to do, let me masturbate or watch pornography. All of those kind of things, which means that sometimes you begin to have less time for worship. You begin to have less time for God, and you begin to worship your sexual desires, because when you stop having any time for God, whatever it is that you have time for God becomes an idol. So that is what happens in your secret place. That is what happens when you allow what you want or your sexual desires to rule you in the time that you probably are supposed to be spending with God or hearing from God, which is your secret place. And so it is very important that you spend your secret place mostly importantly talking to God and worshiping God, because one thing about the devil is he doesn't mind you worshiping and praising God in public, as long as he can spend time with you in secret. So that is one thing about the devil. He doesn't mind that you go out there and you worship God and people see you as this amazing prayer warrior in everything, but then he can spend time with you in secret, because he knows that the secret place is a very powerful place. So he introduces any act that you can do in order for you to be distracted from the main thing that you're supposed to be doing in the secret place, which is to worship God. And so those are the three things that happen to you when you're engaging in masturbation and pornography. So yeah, that's just it from me today, and I hope this is going to help someone who has been struggling, or all of those kind of things. And I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Bye.